Today I want to share with you some of the online learning platforms and the experiences I've made in the past. I really tried a whole bunch of them, from EDX to official ones from Microsoft to Udemy, Pluralsight, you name it. I tried a lot of it, and currently I'm doing a Stanford class which costs a bit of money. And there is one platform that beats them all, and it's called Khan Academy. If you never heard about Khan Academy, you need to try it out. Specifically, if you have a family who, is hit by the school closure, it's something super easy to set up. Let me show you just a few things why I love it. So when you look at the website, they now actually have a section that is going to give you some information around COVID-19 and what you can do. You see there is for learners, teachers, or parents, where you can actually set up profiles. Here is basically a very detailed description of what it can use. It's all absolutely free, so no problem for that. You can just sign up. And the coolest thing is it has something for everybody. It has for grown-ups learning, but as well as for kids. If you look here in the list, you see you have first grade, second grade, preschool, kindergarten. You have math all the way to art, science, engineering, computer, all the way to macroeconomics. So you can literally select any of these classes and get started going. But the real sweetness comes into play when we look, for example, at the parent dashboard. You see my fake kids. They're not fake kids, they're just my sister's kids and I'm the uncle. But very early on I tried to teach them a little bit about coding, and I used Khan Academy to do so. In these dashboards you see the progress that the kids made, where they are, where they have problem, how they did in the tests. And I can honestly say, of all the platforms I've ever tried, Khan Academy put user experience first. There is nothing that even closely or remotely compares it, not even the Stanford class. So this is all about, it runs on your browser, it's free, and it's made for teachers with kids, for your kids, and it's awesome because it shows you videos, it gives you a quiz, so you actually see how it progresses. It's not like online school, let's say through Skype, where the teacher is showing you something and you have a fourth grader or third grader that has a hard time to just stare at the display for 45 minutes. This is something that gives very short lessons, has follow-up questions to see, does the kid understand the concepts before it moves on. So you can easily set goals throughout the day and give your kids still the chance to run around, play with things. It is, after all, outside of school, and that would be a very easy way. So in case your school doesn't offer you much, I would definitely say check out Khan Academy. If you're on like these parent boards, or whatever it's called here in the United States with the school, you can also tell the school to look into it. It is set up for schools to be used as well as with teachers. On top of that, Skype call is a great way to stay in touch with your class colleagues and the teacher. So why not have check-in calls in the morning, in the afternoon, however you feel comfortable or you want to set it up, and use Teams or Skype for it. If you're working in IT and you're currently trying to enable a lot of remote working, I also wanted to share some resources. I'm going to post all the links in the blog post that could be helpful for you. One of them is basically how you can stay productive while working remotely with teams. That really applies to everybody, not just IT people, but the user as well. For the IT people, there is a special one with the top 9 ways that Microsoft IT enables the Microsoft employees like myself to work remotely. Here you really see basically 9 things that you should consider and what you can do about it and learn from what Microsoft IT has done. Here is a checklist, very simple, on what you can do. And one very important one is the healthy boundaries, working from home. It's this thing, at some point it seems like everything is work and it just melts away. You don't have a commute anymore, etc. So there is about really set yourself healthy boundaries, take the trip to work out or go outside. Fresh air is super important. So again, there's a nice checklist that you can share with your users, that they can set up the boundaries for themselves or just benefit from the learnings that so many already have out there. And then last but not least, there is this one thing or this one product, because a lot of people think, you know what, remote working is great for a purely information worker, but for example, I'm drawing CAD workloads, I'm an engineer, this is really hard because I need powerful machines, my user don't have these powerful machines, and there is plenty of things out there that you can use. One company I would highlight is Desktop Studio. Desktop Studio makes it super easy. I promise you, you will be started in no time, that you can spin up these solutions and really enable your remote engineers, workers to use CAD. If they're architects, industrial designers, here just take a look at their website and all the software that they support out of the box. And it is made for you in mind. You don't even need IT to set this up. You can get started right now, and your people can literally work from home with whatever PC they have and use servers, super powerful servers in the cloud with GPUs to actually run these. This is a solution they're very successfully distributing anyway. They have great customers that they use it, but it's definitely something that also can be used now if you haven't thought about it. But thanks to the cloud, you really have access to super powerful technologies where it doesn't require your employees to have a big workstation at home with lots of memory and GPUs to get the work done. So if you don't know them yet, check them out. I can only recommend them. And then there's obviously also the Windows Virtual Desktop on Azure for VDI. That is not as easy setup as the Desktop Studio, but given the situation right now, I still encourage you to go and check it out. And if you have questions, feel free to ping me. I'm happy to get you in touch with the right people at Microsoft. And last but not least, I wanted to mention Azure Front Door. Azure Front Door is a networking service that Microsoft is using to deliver services like Office 365 or LinkedIn, which is basically a combination between load balancer, application firewall, if I say that correctly, as well as CDN. But the fun thing is, my blog, if you visited it, I once enabled it for it and it took me exactly 10 minutes. It runs for any web application regardless if it's on premises or in the cloud, so it doesn't need to be in the cloud. Super easy service, also super fastly set up, and then your users, regardless of where they are, going to have the best interaction or the fastest way from wherever they're accessing the network to that web application. So you definitely want to check it out. It will make a lot of your job easier and it doesn't take much time. I hope there is something in for all of you, but I really highlight, if you have kids, Khan Academy. If you're in IT, check out the resources that I mentioned. If you want to, feel free to ping me. I'm happy to get you with the right people in touch. And if you haven't seen it, check out Desktop Studio in case you have graphic intense workloads that you want to enable for remote workers and you may or may not have the bandwidth to host them actually in-house. So great alternatives for everything around. Stay safe. I mean it, really stay safe, and try to use the best of the technology has to offer today. Thank you for taking time to watch it. If you find it helpful, please like it, comment it, share it, and as always, feel free to reach out. Thank you. Bye.